Guys, let me know if you can see me. Please don't let me start. Oh, I need that. Please don't let me start. Buffering is what I was going to say. You turn the sound off. Can you hear me and can you see me and is everything okay? Hi, Chris C. Lovely to see you. I just want to say thank you to everybody who said hello to me this morning on Politics Social and who sent their love and everything. Really, really appreciate it. I did get up late, so I didn't see all of the show. And I actually had no idea that Graham would still be live. And then I saw it's like, oh, okay, I'll watch this. And then it was boring Keir Starmer giving a boring speech. Hi, Diz, lovely to see you. So I've got my mods in the chat. So any trolls that are around, be aware that both Chris and Diz are very, very good at their jobs. Pete's Music, hello, lovely. Hi, Alex, lovely to see you. So glad you're on. Wonderful to have you here. Let's have a look who else we've got. Billy, lovely to see you, and thank you for all of the comments and the support that you've been giving me about running and stuff. Okay, and Billy, hi Billy, hope you're doing okay. So here we go, Chrissy, we're the mods, we're the law, and if you step out of line, you'll find a mod team armed with flair and a block button, so behave, darling, or we'll unleash a can of mod grade whoop ass with a smile. Thank you. As you can hear, I am still full of this horrible cold. No alert. Elle, I'm sorry. I don't know. YouTube. What can I say? Just that word, YouTube. So, excuse me if I sneeze, because I did actually just have a massive sneeze before I went live. I was like, oh, hurry up. I'm just getting onto my channel on my computer so that I can, because I've pulled up a few articles that I want to chat about, but obviously, you know, the chat, it goes as it goes, doesn't it? So I'm just going to put some, sorry guys, some lip stuff on my lips because I've got no foundation on. Oh, you're both watching, Alexis and Draca, lovely, lovely, fantastic. Thank you for joining, really, really, thank you, appreciate it muchly. So, no makeup on except for a bit of eyeliner and a bit of mascara. Yeah, full of... The head cold has become worse over the last couple of days. So I thought I got rid of it, but no, this morning I woke up and it's all gone into my nose now. We are the mods, we are the mods, we are the mods, Quadrophenia, yeah. And Chris and Diz are brilliant at mods. So I just want to say thank you to them. So if you are a troll, please try not to be trollish because we don't need it, do we? We really don't. There's enough crap going on in the world as it is without crap appearing on the channel. You know, if you want to go and go watch my videos and have a troll there, that's fine. I'll deal with you later. But I like to, and a lot of the people who do follow me follow other content creators as well. We're all like sort of, we don't know each other. Well, some of them know each other, some of us don't. But we're all sort of a group of people who follow each other, who support each other, who talk about similar subjects, and we all try and help each other out. So the people in the chat are a group of people who are just fabulous and amazing and are kind and courteous to each other. We have a laugh. We do have a laugh. But, you know, when it comes to certain subjects, we all have different thoughts and ideas. If you are a fascist, right-wing, bigoted, transphobe, fuck off. There. Where can you get a hoodie like mine? Alex, this was from Shine. And check out the hood. Check out the hood. This is awesome. It has a point. It has a pixie point and it's thick as well. It's fleecy. It's really, really warm. So yeah, I think this is a 2XL. I'm not sure. I think they do quite big sizes in it, but I ordered a 2XL because I like to put jumpers and things underneath. So yeah, shine. No, I'm not kind. I mean, I am kind, but you know, you guys are all amazing. Hi, Alistair M. Lovely to see you. Hi, Kirsty. Lovely to see you. Don't worry about being late, guys. You know, flipping heck. I was late anyway by a few minutes because I was faffing. Unique site where mods and rockers don't beat each other's teeth out of our heads. Absolutely. Let's have a look. Regan Elite, hello. Wonderful to have you in the chat. So, just thank you to everybody for the support that you've shown me over today, which I'm going to talk about in a little while, and also for my running yesterday, the race that I ran. I am over the moon with the result because I shaved 3 minutes off of my 5K time, and I don't know how. I have no idea how. I was full of cold. My plan was to take Saturday as a day off anyway, day before running. I normally take a break, give the legs a rest, but I had to take Friday off. I woke up with a really, really, really sore throat. So thank you, Alistair M. Or are we calling you Viper now? Either way, it doesn't matter. So the race started off downhill, which was like, yes, thank you. And then it went uphill, and it seemed to go uphill forever and ever and ever. And if you have a look at the, I put it up on my posts yesterday on here, you can see I use a gradient map. So you can see all the yellow, the orange, the red are uphill, and the green is level or downhill. So you can see that there was very little downhill. I don't understand why. I live in Derbyshire, but that was in Nottinghamshire. But why? Does, you know, everything always seem to go up and there's no down? It doesn't matter what we call you. Okay, wonderful. Yes, guys, please give Regan Elite a check if you don't already follow his channel. I think you're going live tonight at 8, aren't you, with a watch along? So I don't know if I'll be watching along, because after I've done this, I'm going to watch an episode of Stranger Things and then I'm going to bed. So please, yes, please support Regan Elite. And there are loads of other content creators that I mentioned earlier on. There is Politics Social with Graham Hughes. There's Power to the People. There's Daily Blase, Different Bias, Maximilian Robespierre, Tan Super Tansky, absolutely wonderful. Watched her live stream last night. She was brilliant as always. I'm sure I've missed some people out, and I apologize if I have. But if you are watching, drop a comment into the chat. And guys, my mods, those of you who are modding, if you can put the links into the chat for their channels, those that are on here, that would be fantastic. So pop on Regan Elite's channel and so on, so that everybody can go and follow them if they want to. Oh, thank you, Chris C. Thank you. You're already on the ball there. Sounds about right for Nottinghamshire, but there again, it is the same here in Staffordshire. I'm in Derbyshire, you know, so where I live is hilly. I'm honestly thinking of signing on for the Boston Marathon, not the one in America, but the one in Lincolnshire, because it's the flattest marathon in England. So I might actually finish that. But yeah, I was really pleased with my run yesterday. Can't believe that I did it, and did it with 3 minutes off of my time. Absolutely, completely gobsmacked when I checked my stats, because out there, that's, you know, when you're in Sherwood Pines, it's a big park. There's a Go Ape, there's cycle tracks, and I've cycled the red route there a couple of times. It's very, very difficult. So, you know, there's no signal. It's like when I go to Clumber, there's no signal. So I'd already, before I left the house, got my phone signal onto Strava so that I could, you know, set it up and start it when I was there at the race, because I knew that, and I know that the signals are sketchy in these areas. So it's already connected to GPS, and I needed it for the directions as well. I'd been there before, but it was a very long time ago. So, plus there was a 10K going on in Edwinstowe as well. So I wanted to avoid Edwinstowe. I see Jim Sarabia, Sarah Alba. Okay, lovely to have you here. I'm guessing you are in Scotland, so fantastic for being here. I don't know if you've watched before, but welcome, welcome. Please just make sure that you all are friendly and polite to each other. Trolls will be dumped. So, yeah. We want to try and keep everything as polite as possible because it, you know, like I say, there's enough shit going on in the world as it is. Why do we need more shit when we're in? Oh, from the bin. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Aid Thompson. Oh, did you see Aid's video earlier today? I pissed myself laughing at him. I really did. He, absolutely brilliant. Say or Alba. Pronoun. Okay. Oh, saw Alba. Okay. Right. Freedom for Scotland. Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Troll meat boot. Definitely. I think that's a Doc Martin as well, isn't it? I don't wear Docs. I used to. I had a pair of 14 obs. Always wanted the big 18 obs or the 21s, but could never find them. I've got very big calves from years of training and dancing and now running and swimming and stuff. So I had a pair of 14s, but you know, the back bit, it just used to rub the back of my ankle and made me so sore. So I sold them, and they were in really good condition as well. You followed previously, but YouTube in their wisdom unsubscribed me. Oh, bless you. Well, thank you for rejoining. Thank you for rejoining. I do appreciate it. So yeah, my race yesterday, I just completely blown away with my time. And I started off quite fast, faster than I normally would. And my pace was faster than it normally is. I'd gone there with the thought of, well, I've got this cold. I'd not run for 2 days. So I hadn't done the distance that I wanted to do. I hadn't done the amount of training that I wanted to do for that race. But I did better than I thought I would do. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And a big bonus was 3 of my friends were there. Now, I knew that one of my friends was going to be there because she'd actually messaged me about the race and said, are you doing this race? Because it was for charity, for Mind. And it's called the Mental Elf Run. So everybody was dressed like elves. I wasn't, because I don't have any sort of elf costumes, but I was in my normal running gear. So I do apologise to everybody for that. But so my friend who told me about it, she does volunteer work for Mind, so she was going to be there. But then 2 of my other friends were there as well, and it was like, wow. So I just felt so supported. Because normally when I go to these races, there's nobody there. You know, I have a very small circle of friends, and many of them don't drive cars and are not able to get there. And obviously when I'm racing, I can't go around picking people up because I need to be there at a certain time to make sure that I'm getting my bib number and, you know, your registration, and you've got to fill out the form and all your details of, you know, who your next of kin is and what illnesses you have and so on. So it would just be too much stress. I mean, there's already a lot of stress going on in my mind before I get to the race. Number one, because I suffer with anxiety and there's going to be a lot of people there that I don't know. Number two, because I worry about finding the places. Yes, I have the sat-nav on my phone, but, you know, sometimes it just sends things in the wrong direction, even now. I'll tell you a little story about going to see Adamanta as well last Sunday in Sheffield. That's a different story. Because Elle was talking about car trouble, because I posted the video of car trouble, and I said, yeah, that's a different story. But anyway, so back to so going to these races, I'm with people that I don't know, and I do not do well with crowds at all. And it takes me a lot of courage to build up a lot of courage for me to go to these things with people being there, knowing that I'm going to have to converse with people and interact with people. So there's that stress as well. And then there's the stress of, am I fit enough? Am I going to, make it today? Well, luckily, this race was a lot of amateurs like me. So I wasn't last. For a change, I wasn't last. There were quite a few elite athletes and they just went Zoom. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you do that. But I got off to a good start with a pace of 7 kilometers per kilometer. So 7 minutes per kilometer, which was really, really good for me. It did drop off a bit as I was doing the hills. But yeah, I managed to pick up the pace. But what I'm going to be looking at is, well, I'm going to try putting some sort of things in my ears because people talk and they're yakking and I don't want to hear their conversations. When I run on my own and I like to be out in the forest in nature and I listen to the birds, I listen to the wind, I listen to all the animals and so on in the forest. I don't want to have this conversation. For me, running is me time. It's when I spend my time with me, connecting to my higher energies. So I'm going to have to get some sort of headphones or noise cancelling things or whatever, because I don't want to be interrupted by people. There was this little lad. There was a family. It was mum, dad, and 2 kids. And the lad just went Zoom. And as the turn came in to go back to the start, which was also the finish, he was stood there and I was coming up to him and I'm like, which way do I go? I'm like, that way. I said, go on, you're smashing it. He was so fast, so fast. I was like, wow, this little kid. I wish I was a kid again. I wish I had that energy. A healthy scalp of weed works for nervousness. Jim, I used to. I quit. It's been a year now. It's been a year. I quit December last year for running because I couldn't breathe. I've got COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's a bit like emphysema. So I do always have my inhaler with me, which I normally have one on my desk and I don't because I needed it the other day. So I have a big inhaler that I use and I have my inhaler that I take with me. I did actually have to use my inhaler yesterday once. I think I was just getting uptight on the run and I needed to get my breathing to a regular sort of level. But yeah, knocked 3 minutes off of my time. So over the moon with that. Doubt I'll ever do it again. Hi, Lost Missionary. Lovely to see you. You are Mithril, aren't you? I think if I've got the name right. I don't know why YouTube is doing this with everybody's names, changing them, which is really, really bonkers. Scott, hello, Scott. We've got loads of people in the chat here as well. Thank you. And thank you for sharing everybody's channels. The 2 Davies, One Angry Pagan. All of these channels are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful content creators. And really, if you get a chance, go and have a watch. So I think you spammed the chat enough, Chris. Don't worry. Just, you did the same with your docs, Kirsty, for the same reason. Sorry if I'm not commenting on all of the comments. There's a lot of stuff coming up. So, and I'm telling my story as well. So it was really nice to bump into my friends yesterday as well and have that extra support. And I did support the charity, bought a few bits and bobs. Not much, because I don't have a lot of money, because I got my letter from Pip and they have now removed my PIP. Now, I knew they were going to remove my mobility. Those who don't know, 2 years ago, I could barely walk. I was very overweight. I used to have to use my stick. I couldn't stand up without using my stick. And that was including in the house. I used to keep my stick next to me. It's a ski pole. I decided to buy a ski pole because then I can extend it, and because I'm 6 foot tall and these little walkies just not high enough for me. And I like to walk, so I pretend I'm Gandalf, walk with it so that it's at shoulder level. So I was using that. And then over the last year, my fitness level, I've lost weight, my fitness level has improved. And so I had to contact them and tell them, right, you know, I need to make a change, my mobility. But now you have to complete the whole thing all over again. So filled in the form, sent it off. Then you get the phone call where they interview you over the phone. And yeah, I didn't get enough points. And it's like, okay, I read the report. They give you a breakdown of everything. And it's like, the day that I spoke to this woman, I was having a good day. 2 days after that, I actually went into meltdown because I'd run out of medication and I was having symptoms. Now, I'm not schizophrenic, but because the medication, I'd not got it in my system, so I started having hallucinations, more auditory hallucinations than visionary hallucinations. And it was because I knew what was going on. I was very aware of what was going on, and I knew I was on the phone at 3 a.m. with the mental health team, and they, you know, put me through to various other people, and then a doctor contacted the chemist first thing in the morning, and my meds were delivered first thing. So yes, Chris, I saw you put a thing there about, you're going to sit here and eat a whole bar of Cadbury milk, dairy milk. Go for it. I've got a Toblerone upstairs. I love Toblerone. I'm going through this thing for Toblerone. It used to be Lindor balls. Now it's Toblerone. I don't know why. Chris's secretly news with Chris. Chris, you left early on Politics Social. I'll explain. Okay. So Chris, yes, you said you had been reinstated. Yeah, I rang today and asked for a mandatory reconsideration, and she started to interview me over the phone, and I'm like, no, I want to actually send it in. So I'm telling you now that this is what I'm doing. Can you send me out a form? No, I've got to print it off. That's okay. I'll print that off tomorrow. You know, I have to do these things one day at a time. I can't do it all at the same time. I used to be able to pick up a phone and sort of go, you know, deal with people all day, every day. And then I became really ill. So I will start filling out that form and resend that off, and hopefully they will reinstate it. I know it's not going to be the same amount because of my mobility, and I expected that. That was like, yeah, I'm being honest here. I'm not gaming the system, you know. That's what annoys me about these bloody right-wing people and these idiots out there who think that everybody who is on benefits is gaming the system. I've only ever met one person who I knew who was gaming. Well, it was two. There were a couple that were gaming the system. And I'm not going to mention their names. I doubt that they watch me at all, to be honest. Alexis and Draka, I inspire you. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Yeah, Billy put something up earlier on. You inspire us, and then he put, or is that aspire? No, you aspire to, I inspire you. So, yeah, A is you aspire to be that, and I'm inspiring you. And then there's aspiration, and then there's aspiration as well. Because one aspiration is the fact that you're aspiring to be that, and the other aspiration is the breath. Yeah. They stated that because you have a pacemaker fitted, I could now walk normally and manage daily living. Oh my God. My granddad had a pacemaker. Yeah, I don't want to go into the details of some of my claim because some of it is not nice and I don't really want to talk about it. But I have, these are my mental health issues, okay? I got bipolar disorder. I was diagnosed with that when I was 17. I have borderline personality disorder, which is normally controlled. However, every now and again, I lose it and it's not controlled. I have depression, very, very specific periods of depression. I also have anxiety. I suffer with meeting people. And so there's a lot of, even doing this is very, very, it makes me very anxious. And there was a part of me earlier on that was like, especially after I'd spoken to Pip, and I was like, no, I should cancel tonight. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna, because you've been cancelling so much recently, and now you've not got Pip. You need to increase your subs so that you can start monetizing the channel. And I wanted to I've actually set up PayPal. I need to complete it though, and I'm going to put a link to PayPal into my description, so if anybody wants to make a donation to the channel, they can, because right now I can't afford Christmas gifts for anybody. Luckily, I do have some things that I have already made, so my close friends will be getting those things, but my family, my sister said to me, don't worry, but it's my niece and nephew that I'm worried about more than anything, because they're my niece and nephew. I don't have kids, so yeah, I've got to come up with a plan for them. And my nephew is very, very particular about what he wears and his fragrances and things like that. So I can't buy him Lynx. He wouldn't use it. Used to, but then he discovered brands. Chrissy, you were diagnosed with heart failure in 2013 at the age of 28. Wow. Held off claiming PIP until 2021 and had pacemaker fitted in 22 when it was discovered your heart was pausing. Wow. Wow, Chris, that is... is it genetic? Was it due to, malformation of the heart? If you want to talk about it, you don't have to, obviously. My granddad had a pacemaker fitted. He was old, He'd had cancer of the larynx, and he was one of the first to have the voice box removed. And they actually recorded him because he learned to speak without using the microphone thing. And he used to sort of pump air from his diaphragm. And he was brilliant. He used to work down the pit. I think he was about 13 when he started, and he had a really bad knee from being on his knee with the pick. He used to tell me he got 5 shilling for a ton of coal, what do they call it, that go on the tracks, the carriage of coal. I can't think what they call them now, but he used to get 5 shilling for, I think, was it 1 shilling or 5 shilling? I think he said 5 shilling for that. That's what and he was on his knee. So I was really, really upset this morning. And while I was watching Politics Social, I was actually on hold waiting for Pip to pick up the phone. So they eventually picked up after Starmer had finished his waffle. And I think that they may have been watching it as well. But the one thing that really, 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 really pissed me off about that speech today was the welfare attack. Again, attacking welfare because the Tories and Deform are talking about welfare. And it just pisses me off. And I've commented on a few pages and sites that I follow, and pensioners, boomers, and I know it's not all boomers. I'm going to put that caveat there, saying, but we've paid into the system all our life and we deserve to get the money back. But what they don't realise is that money that they paid in was going to the people previous to them, their pensions. The money that I paid in was going to the pensions of the older people. It's not a pot that is saved for you for the future. It's a pot that goes in, and that money is then shared and used where it's needed to be used. And we know that the pensioners are some of the richest people in the country. and the millennials and Gen Zs and Gen Alpha are going to be the poorest because they can't afford to move out of home. They can't afford to buy their own house. I mean, I'm Gen X and I lived abroad. When I lived abroad, I did own my own house. Moved back here, things happened, and I rent. So, yeah, that's it. That's it, Alistair M. Pension you pay in to give to the pensioners at the time of their pension. Exactly. So, like, any national insurance that you're paying in today is going to the pensioners today. And each generation pays into that pot so that it goes to the pensioners. Because it seems to me that people seem to think, and let me know if I'm wrong, Alistair M, but I think I think I'm right. I'm sure that's what I've read. Can't pretend to understand all that, Chris, but it sounds like a trial. Oh, I must have missed something from you, Chris. Sorry. Heart condition from birth. You were born with transposition of the great arteries and a 6-month-old open heart surgery. So your arteries were transposed. In other words, they were on the wrong side. Wow. Wow. Do you know, there are people that are born sometimes, not obviously not all of us, with the heart on the opposite side. It happens during the womb. Yeah. Chris, that's amazing that you are, you know, the age you are and you have that pacemaker. And it must be terrifying to think that, you know, that could go wrong. But at least you've got that to give you that little, you know, kickstart. You never let it beat you. You've always worked until about 9 years ago when you had your first breakdown. Oh, bless you. That's it, isn't it? That's it. That's it. Many, many people who have got physical ailments have mental health illnesses. And many people who have mental health illnesses have physical ailments as well. And this is, you know, an area that I'm studying at the moment. My books are actually in the living room because I'm reading through a chapter at the moment and then back to the computer. And when I'm doing my reading, I like to sit in a comfy seat with my electric blanket on and the cats. However, I have to sit like this with the cats because they're on my knee. Hang on a second. Alistair M. Witchigoth, yup, less folk working, less to give pensions right now. Exactly. That's it. That's exactly it. And why are there less people working? So let's have a look at that. Let's have a bit of a delve into that. This isn't what I wanted to talk about, but, you know, the benefits thing pisses me off because people who are ill and who have paid into the system, even if they have not paid into the system, have an entitlement to those benefits in order that they live. Because if they don't have that, they are going to become a massive burden on the NHS. You know, already, I don't like taking medication. I absolutely hate it. And I did want to, at the beginning of my medication journey with bipolar, I thought, right, once I get to an even keel, I'm going to come off the meds. I couldn't. It wasn't going to work for me. It was not going to work for me. Some people have gone on to, you know, but it's not going to work for me. So yes, as long as I take my meds every day, I'm normally fine. However, if there is one hiccup or something goes wrong, that's it. I can lose it completely. So this morning when I was on Politics Social, bless him, Graham actually put a comment to me, you know, that you're all here for me, and I really appreciate that. I did feel like, what is the point? And this thought in my head, now big trigger warning, guys, if you want to turn off for a couple of minutes, you know, turn the volume down, and if you have got, you know, thingy on, you may want to turn that off. But I have tried to end it probably 11 or 12 times. I've been in hospital. And today I did think about ending it. And then I thought, well, no, not yet. Wait till your mum's gone. And then wait till the cats have gone. Because who would look after the cats? And my mum would be devastated, and I couldn't do that to my mum. So there are certain things that keep me here. I'm finished now, so if you want to turn up the sound again. Oh, thank you. Hugs to you guys as well. They always ask you, my psychiatrist always asks me, do you feel like ending it at the moment? No. Do you have a plan in place? Yes. I've always got a plan in place. Always. Oh, thank you for all the hugs, guys. Really. Thank you. I've always got a plan in place. It's there. It's there. It'll never go. It'll never, ever go. It is there. And the reason I say it'll never go is I did disaster recovery planning for a company that I worked for in South Africa, a Korean freight company. They were affiliated to FedEx. So I had to go around to all of the branches and implement all the things that they would need to put in place if the end of the world happened, which is why when it came to COVID, in the December, I'd seen this happening in Wuhan, and I actually went and bought face masks already, and I took some for my mum and my dad as well, and I told my sister to get some, and they were like, what's going on? I'm like, just you wait. And yeah, it happened, didn't it? Life's for living, not for checking out early. Thank you. It is, but sometimes you think, what is the point? I will say that I have had an amazing life. I've been very lucky. I think living in South Africa for all that time, I was very lucky. And I got to do things that a lot of people, if I'd have stayed in the UK, I wouldn't have got to do those things, and my life would be very, very, very different. Hi, Lana, lovely to see you. I didn't know you were there watching. Fantastic to see you, and thank you. How's everything in the, well, are you on the South or the North Island? I can't remember now. You are in New Zealand, aren't you? Or have I got you confused with another follower, another subber? So I've always got this plan. It will always be there. It will never go away. And this morning, it just felt like, what is the point? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because you lose the PIP. I have a second bedroom. So my council tax has gone up. My universal credit has dropped. And I don't have PIP. My rent takes half of the universal credit. I currently owe my energy supplier because I've had problems. So yeah, I'm going to have to make a plan and do something. So hopefully I will be able to monetize the channel. And I've got a few other ideas and things as well. You know, I don't see myself working in a normal job. The stress, the anxiety will put too much onto me. But I do think there are things that I can do. And I think that one of them is working from here. You do this, Witchy, talk. Yeah, I do. North Island, that's it. More sunlight hours help your mood immensely. Yeah, you're in summer now, though, aren't you? We're in winter. Bloody awful. Oh. So yeah, there are a few things I can do, and I have some phone calls to make this week still, and it's like one call a day because it just stresses me out. Then I have got a dentist appointment on Wednesday because I lost a filling in my root canal over on this side, and then I lost a filling out of the tooth next to it at the same time. Then I've got a chip on another tooth on this side. That happened because I was chewing on this side. So I've got a chip on that side, and another filling fell out on that side. So I'm hoping to go live on Wednesday evening because it seems that Mondays and Wednesdays are freer than Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I'm going to try and do as many live streams as I can now. So some of them may be in the daytime. I might be doing readings for donations and so on. So, you know, keep your notification bell on so that you can see when I go live. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. You know, lucky I can get one. Jim, I have been with this dentist for 15, 16 years, and I got them on the NHS, and it's in the town where I used to live. So yeah, I was due a checkup, and they know me, and my dentist is brilliant. He's Romanian. He's so funny. He's so funny. I asked him once, because I guessed he was from Romania, because I knew he was from Europe somewhere. And I said, where are you from? And he said, guess. And I'm like, Romania. And he's like, yeah, everybody always says Poland, because that town where I was living, there's a lot of Polish people there. So he was quite impressed that I got his accent. I have a very good ear for accents and a very good ear for listening to people who speak with strange accents as well. Having lived in South Africa, so many different accents. Kirsty will know this. So yeah, you learn to really listen and pay attention. And I've lost my train of thought now because I see that Kirsty's suing your energy company because you're sure they're committing fraud against you. Oh my God. Chris, I used to work for npower, so know all the grants available for those struggling with energy bills. Well, Chris, I did actually contact them, and they sent me this electric blanket for free, which was lovely. And what was nice was the woman that I spoke to was living in KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. She was South African, I could tell. You know, just hear this South African accent, it's like, you know. DM Witchy Goth about them. Yes, I need to set up an email. I know that blah blah, and I don't see them on here tonight, did set up an email for me, and I've lost the details. So I will set one up after this, and I will add it onto my channel description. Sorry, I've just seen something about head up to Scotland, a Scottish government mitigate the 2 bedrooms and its medical staff that do PIP interviews. It's the better social contract, Scottish government. Yeah. I do want to move up there. I really, really do. I just love Scotland. I've visited a couple of times and I just love it. But the thing is though, if I lived in Scotland, I'd want to live in a croft in the middle of nowhere. You know, as long as I've got internet access, I'll be happy. And in the middle of nowhere, even better, because there are thousands of hills in Scotland that I could do my hill training on. 1 minute they said your balance was, what? 4,652 in credit. I asked them for some of the money back, and the next day they said I owed them £804.10. Oh my God. Oh my God. Obviously somebody made a bit of a mess in accounting. Was it Rachel? Yeah, so I will set up a new email address that you can email me on as soon as I've finished here before I go and have my pudding, because I'm having some fruit salad and yogurt tonight with there's meringue nests, and I just crumble that on top and it's so nice. It's like an Eton mess, but a healthier version of an Eton mess. Alistair M, if I could go back, no, that's not Alistair M, that's Mithril, isn't it? If I could go back 32 years, I had the chance of a job with a house in Falkirk. Stupidest thing I did was turn it down. But that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. When I was young, I wanted to live in the city. I wanted to be able to go out and party every night. Now, I want to be away from people and don't want to party, although I do love going to my gigs. That is the one thing. Talking about gigs, Adamant. My Adamant t-shirt. It says Ant Music for Sex People. So yeah, I got my Adamant t-shirt, very pleased with it. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. And I was lucky because a friend had got the tickets, and because he cancelled his tour last year, it was supposed to be last year, but he got a throat infection. So he rescheduled for this year. And so I was very lucky to get a ticket because my friend had bought quite a few. Thank you, Alistair M. So my friend had bought quite a few, so we had these few spare, and it was great because we were sat in the middle with lots of empty seats around us. But I drove because him and his girlfriend don't drive, so I drove. And now I'd booked the parking beforehand because I don't want to fiddle and faff and try and find parking in Sheffield. I hate Sheffield. I hate driving in Sheffield. In fact, I hate driving in most cities. And I'd parked at a Q Park, and it's like this. It's like this spiral that you have to drive up. Driving up was fine. Coming down, I ended up scraping the car, didn't I? So yes, there was a bit of car trouble, Elle. A wild nobility, we are family. Yes, most definitely. He had other T-shirts there as well, but I wanted this one with the logo on. I should have found I've got a T-shirt from when I was a kid. It's a Stand and Deliver T-shirt, and I was about 13 or 12 or 13 when I got it, and it's tiny. Obviously, I'll never fit into it again, but I kept it. I kept it because it was Adam. And the women were swooning still over him. He's 71 and he still looks good. Obviously, he can't move like he used to on stage, but he was absolutely brilliant. He played all the hits and everybody was singing, and it was just brilliant. I am so glad that I got to see him because I didn't when I was younger, and he took such a big hiatus as well because of his mental health, because he has bipolar disorder as well. And I don't know if you remember, he gained a lot of weight, and he actually ended up, I think he ended up throwing a stool or something through a pub window because somebody had said something to him. So he lost it. Now, he doesn't drink. He's never drunk, and he doesn't smoke either or take drugs. If you haven't read his autobiography, it's absolutely brilliant. Yes, I do have it here. Stand and Deliver, the autobiography. Absolutely brilliant. It's got the whole story. Sorry, just scoot my chair back. The whole history of him and, what he went through. And I didn't know, but he dated Jamie Lee Curtis for quite a while. They were shack buddies. Don't drink, don't smoke, what do you do? Yep, Elle, he did. He sang Goody Two Shoes, Friend or Foe, Puss in Boots, Strip. I don't think he sang Wonderful. I don't remember Wonderful, but he finished off with Stand and Deliver. And of course, the whole audience was singing. My favourite album, though, was King's of the Wild Frontier. Although I do love Dirk Wears White Socks as well. So there was Car Trouble and Xerox and Red Scab, and there was a couple more as well from that album, and I can't remember now. And I didn't film a lot because I was enjoying the show and I was singing, and I sang to every single song, and I think that is where I caught the cold. I think that's where I caught the cold. See you later, Regan. Thank you so much for watching and being here. Really appreciate it. Breaking news. The Supreme Court has ruled that the Epping Council is not able to challenge the decision over Epping Hotel. Get ready for the gammons to kick off. Well, they can't, can they? Because it's a contract that was signed, and it would be a breach of contract. And that contract was signed with the government, wasn't it? I think. So, yeah, the gammons are going to go down there, aren't they, and have another kick-off thing. Prince Charming, yes, Prince Charming, I was doing the whole thing as well. A lot of us were doing it. It was great. It was an absolutely brilliant gig. So next year I'm going to see who's my first gig next year? Oh, Youngblood. Then I'm seeing the Foos. I managed to get a ticket for the Foos, and then I got a ticket for Chris Isaacs. I don't know if anybody knows Chris Isaacs, but he's one of my favourite male vocalists. He's got this deep, very sexy voice. And he did Blue Hotel, Wicked Game. And he's also an actor. He was in Silence of the Lambs. He was in just a bit part. He was the the army dude, the FBI army dude that came running up to Clarice and told her she had to go somewhere right at the beginning of the film. Yeah, Alistair M. I think that was the reason. Yeah, that there's a Wicked Game risque video. Yeah, well, it's from the film Blue Hotel, isn't it? So yeah, but it's a yeah. And then I am going to Stone Dead Festival at the end of August, which is instead of Bloodstock, because I didn't want to do Bloodstock again. It's a long festival, it's a trek. And this one, Stone Dead, is a smaller festival. It's sold out already, and the lineup's pretty good. It's sort of more older metal bands that I've not seen, so that's good. But a mate of mine, same mate that got the ticket for Adam and the Ants, has got a spare ticket for the Iron Maiden gig in Nebworth, and I just can't afford to pay him for it at the moment, so I'm going to ask him, can I please pay you off in increments? Because I really want to go. I've seen Maiden once before when they played in South Africa, and that was with Blaze Bayley and not Bruce Dickinson. So yeah, I really want to, really would like to go. And the Darkness are playing as well, and I do like the Darkness. I think his voice is brilliant. I used to wear boots, Diz. I used to wear boots. I used to have thigh-high boots, and I wasn't very good at balancing in them, though. And I got rid of them years ago now. Something floating in my drink. It's an insect. I've got it. So I wear flat boots now when I go out. Nothing with heels anymore. Ow, ow, ow. The one filling that's come out is painful. The other three aren't. It's just the one at the top. Rain pelting down. It was horrible here today. It was absolutely awful here today, this morning. And then I looked at my weather app and it said it was going to slow down between midday and 3 p.m. So I thought, right, that's when I'm going for my run. So I went for my run and I had all my layers on and I was too hot. I ended up stripping off my raincoat thing because it didn't rain. And then I had to stop and take off my long sleeve top from underneath my other top because I got two other tops underneath. One is like a belt thing and it protects the kidneys, so it keeps the kidneys warm, because this cold weather can affect your kidneys. So I put that on, so it's like a t-shirt but it fits tightly to the body and it just fits underneath the boobs and just over the hips. Then I wear a running top over that, which is another tight top, so that keeps everything in. Then I wear my long-sleeved running top over that, and then a running top, like one of my charity ones, over the top of that, and then my running jacket, the rainy one. So I ended up having to take 2 layers off. It was too hot. You're not far from Staffordshire, Derbyshire border, so this rain could be heading your way. Great, thanks, Chris. Thanks. Yeah, I'm northeast Derbyshire, close to Sheff, actually. Sheffield is like 24 minutes. Chesterfield is 14 miles from me. Nottingham is an hour's drive. So yeah, I'm sort of really in the middle of all these. It's great. I'm like on the border of 4 different counties. I do run armoured, but I like to run with as few clothings on as possible. Used to wear a kidney belt on the motorbike. Yeah, because there's nothing worse than that jacket riding up, is there? It's horrible. You're closer to swaddling coat. Okay. Well, maybe, Chrissy, you can come and watch me when I do my run 10K at Carsington Water. Now, I'm supposed to be doing it this Saturday, but I'm going to see if I can change it to January because of this cold. I don't think I'll cope with a 10K with this cold. So I want to have a look at doing it. You're on the border of 4 counties as well. I wonder if you're close to me, Diz. Anyway, so when I'm there, maybe you want to come along and support. It would be nice to have support. You've had rain, Elle, but it's stopped now. Yeah, I heard I can hear it tapping on the window, but it's not too heavy at the moment. So what I actually, besides the benefit thing, this thing, yeah, that let's just talk about benefits because I haven't got long left. But so now, once again, they are pointing the finger at the people on benefits. What is it, 4% of the budget? 4%. I just think you are picking on people in society who are in the worst possible position. Yes, there are people who take the piss. I mentioned this earlier on. There were two people that I knew. There were a couple. Both had drug problems, and they did take the piss. However, I doubt very much that they would have been able to work, to be honest with you, because the one, he couldn't read or write, and the other lady, she was very bad drug addiction. They had a child, and, you know, so they got their child benefit as well. But I didn't envy them at all. And I, you know, wouldn't want that lifestyle. But everybody else that I know that's on benefits is on benefits for a reason. And they do the best that they can do. They do the best that they can do. And I'm glad that they've lifted the 2-child benefit cap because, you know, kids need to be fed. Kids' clothes for school are so ridiculously expensive, and kids grow, don't they? They grow so fast. I mean, my nephew is 6'4" or something, and he's not yet, you know, he's still in his teens, and he's huge. So, which is really weird because his mum and dad are very short. They're much shorter than me. I was always the tallest in the family, and now I'm not. It's the ones with money that we need to be looking at worldwide. Absolutely. Absolutely. The elite. They're the ones who, the tax loopholes that they go through, putting everything through this, that, and the next thing. The thing is, we don't have the money to put those things through those tax loopholes, do we? Kirsty, I will come back to you on the South African thunderstorms because I've got an interesting story on lightning. Charlie Boy and his sausage fingers, absolutely. And like, what's his face? Tice, who lives in Dubai. And the other one, the pound shop bloody Rod Stewart, the plumber, you know, moaning about benefits here in the UK. But he doesn't live in the UK. He doesn't live here. And, you know, people need to be able to survive. And I see all of these stories like, oh, they shouldn't be able to buy cigarettes and this, that, and the next thing. How many people smoke these days? Very, very few. Charlie Mullins, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, Zelda Mullins. Who pays his staff just above minimum wage, as they all do. That's the thing. They all pay just above minimum wage because it's what they can get away with. And then they wonder why people who are working are claiming benefits. I mean, that's where a lot of the benefit goes to, is that I think it's 40% of people claiming benefits are actually working. So even if I did get a job, I would still have to claim benefits because I would not be able to work a full-time job. There's no way. And I have other physical illnesses as well that would prevent me from doing certain types of jobs. So I have to do something from home. Goddess, bring me what I need. So any witches out there, do a few success spells for me, please. Yeah. 43% of UC claimants are in some form of employment. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And here I am on YouTube trying to get to 1,000 subs so that I can start earning money from this, you know, from what I do. And I'm going to start going live a bit more. I want to start doing lives in the day. You know, I'll just see where it goes. I will just see where it all goes, because I have to do something. I will not be able to survive on what I will be getting now. And I have nobody else to turn to. And people will say, oh, well, why don't you move? The rent that I pay here is the lowest rent in the area. All the other places that I've looked at are at least half more than what I'm paying, if not double what I'm paying. What I'm paying here would get me one room in a house of multiple occupancy. Also, until Labour changed the whole thing about people having pets and so on, I have looked at getting a council house. My choice in the future is to live in my tents so that I can keep my cats, because a council house, you're only allowed 2 pets. I have 5 cats. Granted, 4 of them look the same, but they're my babies, they're my children. I'm not getting rid of them, you know. And thank you to everybody who watched that video that I posted earlier. I wanted to sort of show how people with mental health illnesses can get into this awful place. There was a video I watched yesterday, because yesterday afternoon when I got back from my run, I decided I was just going to put my feet up. And there was this woman who does free house cleaning, and she goes into people who've got really bad houses and that, and she was cleaning the house for this one girl who had mental health issues. And I thought my hoarding was bad, but her hoarding was, and it wasn't just hoarding, it was a lot of other stuff, and it was so sad. And she was actually sleeping in a corner of her living room on the floor, under her duvets, and she piled up all the boxes around her because it obviously made her feel safe. I sleep in one of the smallest bedrooms in the house. I don't sleep in the main bedroom because I feel safer, I feel more protected. Chrissy, that was the whole reason you set up your business 2 years ago, was to get off UC. Sadly, it hasn't worked out as I planned, but I am not letting it beat me. Yeah, I had my own yoga studio. I ran my own yoga studio. I paid taxes, did all my own accounting, I had nobody working for me. I did all my own accounting. I did all my own marketing, advertising. I taught 12 classes a week. I sold witchy pagan goods and yoga goods, you know, all the spiritual stuff. And I also taught Reiki. I taught witchcraft. I taught meditation classes. I did my tarot readings as well. And I was working pretty much from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. And my partner at the time was like, I never see you, you're always at work. It's your own business. Nobody else is going to do it for you. If you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. Your neighbour's got 8 cats. I'd have more if I could. The whole tax assessments and making sure you're paying enough NI contributions, etc., Kirsty, but also it depends on your contribution, your tax assessment. So I used to do my own tax assessments and I was never earning enough to pay NI. So it may have changed now, but Chrissy, live 5 minutes from the local hospital. 2/3 of the properties around me are HMOs and the average rent is $700 a month for one room. Yeah. I couldn't live with other people. I couldn't. Pete, you've got 4 furry buddies and love having them about. Absolutely. Lana, I've just got cat number 3. My daughter in private rental couldn't keep her. Oh, she's ridiculously affectionate, which is a good contrast to the other 2. Oh, that's it. Private rent. A lot of it's like you can't have cats. I had to pay extra on my deposit for the cats here, for the carpets. But I knew that I'd be here longer than 10 years, even though they're going to knock the house down. That's another reason why I stay in this house, because they are going to knock it down. And I'm lucky that my rent hasn't increased in 10 years because they're going to knock it down. Unfortunately, I still have the hole in the ceiling. I still have damp on the walls. But what do you do as a renter? What do you do? Kirsty, you've just got one cat and he's a big bully. L, I have just recently built stuff to store clothes racks, etc. Good, right. It took 3 weeks to do what I used to do in 1 day. Wow. Wow. Chris C, this year has been really bad. My sales have really been hit. I am down 28% from last year. Wow, Chris C, I'm so sorry about that. Chris, are you the one that makes the bandanas for the cats and stuff? I think you were, weren't you, for the dogs and the cats? Yeah, like Pete says, Elle, you got there, you did it, and I know what you mean. I don't know if you did watch the video earlier on today, the wardrobe, the wooden wardrobe that I've got in the meditation room, which is just another dumping ground. I put that together by myself when I first got it. Luckily, I was, very flexible and could put my foot up there and my arm down there at the same time while putting screws and wooden pegs in and things. Chrissy, I'm allergic to cats. I've always had dogs until recently. I have contemplated getting another furry friend, but I am in a 1-bed flat on the 2nd floor. Yeah. It's shit, isn't it? It's shit. It's really, really shit. Which is going to break out into this whole house. Shaky was my sister's favourite. While I loved Adamant, she loved Shaky and Stevens. Now, Kirsty mentioned earlier on about the thunderstorms in South Africa. On the Highveld in South Africa, which is Joburg region, Joburg, Pretoria, every sort of afternoon in summer, probably starts about 1-2 p.m, these thunderstorms begin to circle around the Highveld. And they are heavy. And they are loud. And in summer, I used to wear sandals. So when I get out my car, I take my sandals off because you end up walking through a river of water, so as not to ruin my my sandals. But these are not just thunderstorms. They are Moorse thunderstorms, Donner and Blitzen. And I'm sure Kirsty knows what I said there. Moorse means big. Really big, like they're giant. And it sounds like the sky is falling, and it's just like rain. It's like sheets of rain. It comes down so fast, and you do literally get rivers flowing down the streets. And then within half an hour of it stopping, the water's gone. And the soil in South Africa is red, which I remember the first time when we got off the plane, first time we landed there back in 1982, it was at Jan Smuts, which is now Oliver Tambo, but there was no tunnel at that time. You walked down the steps, and the soil, there was like heat rising off of the tarmac. We just left a horrible snowy Britain, and the heat is rising off the tarmac, and the soil was red, and it was like, wow, I'd never seen that before, because obviously the soil here is very dark, very black. Yes, you don't have water bills up in Scotland, do you? Yes. Luckily, my water bill is very, very cheap because I managed to get a lower rate because of my financial conditions. Being in India during monsoon on many occasions, crazy rain comes down like bullets. It does. It's just like a sheet of rain, of water. It just comes down so fast. And if you're driving on the motorway, you basically have to pull over because you can't see. The wipers can be doing this, but you still can't see. And then again, there's just rivers flowing across the motorway. I've aquaplaned before, which is fun, although, dangerous. Moorse, yeah. No, not Morse, but Moorse. Moor, as in Moerse. Yes, not Morse. Moorse. Moor means big. It means muram. It's like it's a slang term. It's a slang term. It has quite a few different meanings, but anyway, so the lightning. The lightning. Lightning starts off from the ground, not from the sky. It starts off from the ground. So the house that I lived in as a kid in Benoni, my bedroom was under the apex of the roof, and the lightning struck there, knocked a big chunk of the roof and the house out, so that had to be repaired. Then I moved into a townhouse in Midrand, Vorna Valley, and I was on a downstairs townhouse, and it struck. There was I had like a patio, and upstairs I had a balcony, and it struck the top of that. And then I rented a house in Edenvale, just outside of Johannesburg, and it struck that house. So three times he tried to get me, and he didn't get me. I'm still here. Hello, Darren. Lovely to see you. Chrissy, did you put up Darren's Daily Blase site earlier on? I think you did. We've been giving out some links to everybody's channels, Darren. So hopefully you might have a few more people going to your channel. So yeah, that is South African thunderstorms. And I remember living in Cape Town as well, and you get ball lightning. Actually in balls. That was terrifying. And it's, yeah, those thunderstorms there are frightening. Here, to me, it's nothing. And I remember I had quite a lot of cats when I lived in Edenvale, and there was one part of this really bad storm. In the middle of the house, there was like a passage. So I sat there with all the cats. They were like under my legs and huddling up to me because this rain was so loud and this thunder was so loud. And yeah, that's how bad thunderstorms are there. But they're also beautiful. What can I say? It's nature, isn't it? It's Mother Nature showing her anger, her energy. And cleansing the earth. I know that the first time I experienced one of the high-felt storms, I was terrified. But then you sort of get used to them, and you just have to carry on living. It's like here we have to get used to the snow, although people are so dense when it comes to snow. They really are not intelligent. DB is a touch of class. Absolutely, Jim. Absolutely. I love Daily Blase. And I missed you on Friday. I'm sorry. I missed your show. Pete's Music, you've been in a 747 that got hit by lightning. Wow, in a tropical storm. Had to make an emergency landing in Muscat on a military airstrip in the desert. Lightning fried an engine. Wow. That is... Oh, you've got a new video. Oh, I'll watch that because I love Daily Blase's videos. They're so funny. Especially when you're ripping off the reform councillors. Oh, just brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. I did mention Aid's video earlier on today because I did see some footage of the anti-immigrant flag shaggers going out over there and cutting the boats this time, slashing the boats with sharp things. And so he was filming in Hyde Park. It was brilliant. If anyone has, I don't know if you can link that video, Chris or Diz, into the chat because it was really funny. I pissed myself laughing this morning. It was one of those videos that just, and you know, Aid, he's just got that straight face. I don't know how he does it. But he just, yeah. And anybody who didn't see Supertansky's video on Saturday night, please go watch it. Very good. She put a lot of effort into it, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, well worth following Tan's stuff. Absolutely love her. She's so strong, so powerful, and she. Oh, thank you for putting that up, Chris C. She was talking about feminism and misogyny, and it was really. You know, I was like, yeah, go girl, And I think I put something up and she did the, yeah, back at me. Because she knows that I'm a feminist and that's normally what I talk about. And I did want to talk about that tonight. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I'm going to be recording some videos this week. So those topics will be coming up in videos. I'm going to be doing, as I say, more lives this week, hopefully sort of afternoon times. Obviously, I'm going to not encroach onto Regan Elite's channel or Graham and Phil's channels and that, because I know that everybody's doing more stuff now, and rightly so. So I will try and do a few more live streams. So yeah, hit the subscribe bell and the notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. And look, I don't, you know, there's going to be some people who think, well, what's she talking about today? It's not what I like. And that's fine. I will not feel any, you know, I will not feel upset by it at all, because not everybody likes everybody who we talk about or who we watch. You know, we've all got different tastes. There are certain people that I can't watch, that I just don't gel with, and that's perfectly fine. Just having a look here. Kirsty, I never understood why there were so many houses with corrugated iron roof, lightning conductors. Yeah, and all the thatched roofs used to have those massive lightning conductors as well. Weirdest thunder you've ever witnessed? Mine was sheet lightning, filled the sky from north to south. Butlins in Ayrshire. Yeah, sheet lightning. A lot of sheet lightning in South Africa as well. Get the broomsticks out, lassie. Absolutely. I will be doing a lot more videos on witchcraft as well, and what can, you know, what witchcraft is about. Because I see so many posts. I belong to quite a few different groups on Facebook, witchcraft groups, and this one telling that one how to do that spell, and that spell's wrong and you must do it this way. What? Do it whatever way you want. Do it, you know, there is no right or wrong when it comes to witchcraft. It's the intent of the spell that is the main part of the spell. So you don't even need to have any specific items with you to cast a spell. The biggest wand, the most powerful wand you have are your two fingers. So if you ever don't have a wand handy, you can use those two fingers as a wand, because it's an extension of your arm. And for those of you watching, I'm filming this on my mobile phone. I'm using my right hand. This is my right side, that's my left side. So I know it's the other way around, because I'm, yeah, recording it on my phone. Your mum's seventh sister of a seventh sister born on All Hallows Eve. That's very, very interesting. Very interesting. What broomstick? Ashes. Oh, broomstick. You're bad. Yes, you're bad. Boomstick. No, not boomstick. Or boomshanker. I used to love the young ones. Broomstick. Yeah, I've got broomsticks, but they're at the front of the house by the door because they're protective. Why does your treat jar supplier insist on sending fragile items with every, I don't know, but every other worst, aren't they? Every other worst. They're absolutely crap. I've had every parcels just dumped by my gate, and my gate is like one of those fence gate, you know, like farm fence gates. So I'm on a main road. People walk past and just nick it. Chris, I never understood people who play golf, period. Utterly boring. Absolutely agree with you. Golf, the most boring sport on earth. Tickle the like button. Yes, please, guys. Thank you. Yes, tickle the like button. But as Graham says from Power to the People, don't hit it twice, because if you do, it takes it off. Right, guys, I am going to go and have my fruit salad for my pudding and watch the third episode of oh, thank you, Jim. Third episode of Stranger Things. For those of you who do have access to Stranger Things, go for it. I'm probably going to have to give up my access to Netflix and stuff coming up in the future, so I'm making the most of it at the moment. Luckily, there are quite a few channels on YouTube that I've noticed I can get those, the films and stuff that I enjoy, because I was watching some paranormal stuff earlier this evening. Grandma's Grandma Paranormal, I think it was. She's brilliant. I don't know if it's her real voice or if it's through an AI thing, but the stuff that was on there is very, very spooky. Yes, thank you everybody for being here, and yes, take care and good night, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. because I think regularly does a 6 p.m. one. If not tomorrow, it will definitely be Wednesday, if my mouth isn't too sore and still swollen. Thank you, Kirsty, for watching, different perspectives on things. And yeah, guys, thank you for your support. Really, really awesome to have your support. Awesome to see you all on here and to chat with you guys. And I love you all so very, very much. You keep me going. So have a wonderful evening. Blessed be. Mwah.